Repair your credit like the pros. Chapter 16, Settling a Large Collection. One of my book readers had an interesting experience when he followed my plan to settle on a large collection. First, he had all the smaller and easier negative accounts removed from his report. The last remaining derogatory was a whopper. His wife had to charge off with a balance of $8,220. It was charged off 4 years prior in 2012. Here's what happened. Mr. Reader called the credit card company and asked to speak with someone in authority to discuss a settlement. The representative said she would have to check with the legal department and get back to him in 24 hours. The rep asked multiple times if the wife's contact information had changed. It hadn't. The husband was calling from his wife's cell, which he had had for 15 years. Mr. Reader said he could pay $2,375 as a settlement on the $8,220 balance. In the next phone call, the representative said she had to get an idea of their finances. He explained that his wife was not working. Then she asked what was the amount of his payroll check each pay period. Wisely, Mr. Reader steered her away from that question, but the nosy representative persisted and said we need it for informational purposes. Meaning, she was trying to estimate how much he could pay on his wife's charge-off. Mr. Reader was not required to divulge that information, and being smart, he did not. So then the representative transferred him to another individual who proceeded to read him a disclosure statement about tax consequences of settling. Then she said it would take a few days to get a response and that they would receive a letter by mail if their supervisor approved the settlement. Days later, the letter arrived that stated, "We write to inform you that you defaulted on your account, which was closed and charged off. Further, we opened a new account which was closed. As we discussed, your account balance was $8,220.62, and we will accept $2,375 to resolve the debt. Please pay the debt by September 29th, 2016. If received by September 29th, 2016, this account will be considered settled, and that the bank will notify the credit bureaus that the account was settled for less than the balance." The letter continued about potential tax consequences. Mr. Reader then called and asked that the letter state payment of $2,375 by September 29th, 2016 will be paid in full as agreed. The rep stated that their legal department wrote the statements and they could not modify the language. My response? First, a huge congratulations to Mr. Reader for negotiating a settlement for less than 30% of the balance. By doing so, he saves himself $5,845. Even if he pays taxes on the savings, he comes out far ahead by settling. Very smart. It was disappointing that he couldn't get a letter that stated the payment of $2,375 was paid as agreed. His error was in asking for paid in full as agreed instead of simply paid as agreed. He was not paid in full, therefore he should not have asked for that. He was paying as agreed and had every right to ask for that. Nevertheless, his case, he didn't get the verbiage he wanted. I advised him to go ahead and send the cashier's check with paid in full as agreed on it anyway. Then, in addition, I suggested that he write a communication log, sign it, and keep a copy. Then, after the check is cashed, he can send a copy of his signed communication log along with a copy of the check to the credit bureaus to get it deleted from his report. His communication log would be something like this. 8/1. Phone conversation with Representative Betty Blue to discuss the incorrect balance on the account. 8/5. Betty Blue replied after speaking with the legal department and they agreed the correct balance was $2,375 and that upon receiving my check, the account would be paid off as agreed, per our verbal agreement. 8/8. It was confirmed that the $2,375 was agreed upon correct balance for payment. 8/19. I mailed the cashier's check for $2,375. See copy of check included. 8/29. Confirmed check was cashed showing $2,375 paid as agreed. Please update this account to be corrected and accurate. Paid as agreed. I do not appreciate having an incorrect balance with false information reported on my credit report. As you are aware, the Fair and Accurate Credit Reporting Act gives me the right to have false information deleted and corrected. Signed, and then the name. I hope that this scenario will show you that success can be obtained. Even when you have to adapt to a particular company's policy.